Hello everyone, how are we? Today I feel like my makeup is very much on point and I would love to talk about my daily makeup and what I wear because I feel like it. I particularly wanted to be together today because I'm going to go see a play with my friend and she'll be here shortly, so I'll try and make this video quick. Now as a base for lighter coverage, I do prefer to use the Smashbox Photo Finish. This thing, it's a wonderful primer and it pairs really well with the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in MW10. You'd think I would know that by now. And I've been using this, I guess, for like a couple of years, but recently my friend introduced me to the Makeup Forever line, and this stick, this full coverage, wonderful, amazing stick, which I guess is their 115 R230. There you go. It's basically just the most amazing thing in the world, because I am a transgender woman who has not undergone any kind of hair removal on the face. Some days I need better coverage than others, and this can really just shellac on in like the most beautiful way. Like, that sounds gross, but it does an amazing job of covering everything. Because that is a little bit heavier and I'm dragging that around with the Beauty Blender and I don't want to mess up the primer, I use a heavier duty primer, the Mattifying primer from Makeup Forever. Same make. When you put this on your face, you gotta get it where you want it because it's gonna dry up real quick and it's gonna feel a little sticky and plasticky, but that feeling goes away immediately once it sort of adheres to the skin. And it just makes things last forever because I live where it's hot and I get sweaty and stuff, so that's a huge issue, is sweating off my face in public. But this really keeps that from happening. I draw my eyebrows on with Revlon Brow Fantasy. This one right here. It's in the color dark brown. I never really use the gel attached to the back. I just tend to use the pencil and sharpen that. They're really cheap, so it's never really been an issue for me. I can just buy more of this when I need it, and it does an amazing job. I mean, when you think eyebrow pencil, it's not the kind of thing that you need to touch up throughout the day, so it's just you put it on once, it looks great, and this does a wonderful job of it. After the priming and stick foundation, I throw on a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape right under the eyes, maybe a little bit on the nose and the chin and the forehead, but like, that's a lot to go through. I didn't do that today. For a cuter look, you don't want to go incredibly overdrawn and like a whole lot of contrast and huge cheekbones. I'm not going for a savory look today. I wanted to feel kind of cute. That's what the bow's about. This spreads so thinly and with such great coverage under the eye area, and I love it to death. I'm so glad that someone told me about this. Hell, the whole internet told me about it. Again, what with the coverage being super important for me, I use two powders. I use the powder foundation from MAC to match the original MAC foundation, but when I'm using the shade that I use of the Makeup Forever foundation stick, this still pairs with it incredibly well. And I pop on a little bit of Coty Airspun just to keep everything nice and matte. Right over that. Each one I just apply with a brush. You get kind of the stippling, put the foundation powder all over, and then just kind of roll this over everything. Hang on, I want to show you something. I want to show you just the battle damage that the last one I had took. This is the new one right here, and over here is the one that my friend gave me a long time ago, and you can see this is pretty beaten up. This has been through a lot of stuff. But my friend Noella actually really got me into this, and it didn't really work for her skin. Apparently she had some kind of mild allergic reaction to it. But not me, and I'm in love with it. It's super cheap, it's less than 10 bucks, and it does amazing work. I got all the way through a container of this, and I just needed to pick up more immediately. It's so good, and it lasts for freaking ever. And I find it is particularly good with brightening up the face just a teeny bit without adding any pigment, and just kind of making everything super matte and powdery and tea dressy the way that I like my face, because I'm just weird. Another somewhat cost-heavy thing that I like to buy is the Roller Lash by Benefit, and this stuff, as I've said before, is just freaking incredible. The biggest problem that I have with cheaper mascara is that it doesn't last very long. It gets hard and clumpy and weird, and it just doesn't work for a very long time. This stuff just started to kind of start clumping into what most mascaras look like when you put them on, so it lasts for freaking ever. It has amazing results. Look at my lashes. I love these things. And this, much like the Tarte Shape Tape, was one of those things that the internet told me to buy and they were super right. You should totally try this out if you haven't used it. It's super good. Go down to Sephora and pick up like 5 of these. Now, as you can already tell with my regimen, I have a very eclectic blend of things that are super cheap and things that are super not. And this is because I am a very thorough believer in the idea that you should really spend where it makes a difference and really don't spend too much if you don't have to. One example of this Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, just the normal stuff. This stuff works amazingly well, and it holds on this. Yes, that is eyes, lips, face. Yes, this is probably between $1 and $3. I don't remember exactly, but it lasts forever. It does a really good job, and if I want to draw a cat eye in the inside of my eyes, I will sometimes do that. That can be too messy for that, so I find that using the Ulta Micro Felt Tip Liner right here. This stuff is really great for getting all those fine details in. I guess I could even draw my other wings with it, but it's just, I'm a little gun shy with this. It's got really great precision. The only problem is it doesn't work for like my upper lids. They're very wrinkly, very loose, very hooded, and trying to get anything in there. This isn't like a brush, it is a felt tip, so it's a little bit stiffer. It can get caught on things and leave bumps, and I hate that so much. So the brush that comes in the e.l.f. eyeliner does a much better job of doing the top, but just getting right in there, if I want to add something, I will get that done with this. And if I'm doing the full cat eye look, I always kind of round out the bottom waterline with the 24/7 waterline from Urban Decay, the best damn waterliner there is in the universe. Now I think that's about it. I do want to let you all know that I've kind of hit a snag in my music. The air has not been great around here, so trying to find my voice and sing the vocals that I wrote for the songs that I wrote, it's not going so well. In fact, I'm still really trying to find my voice, because I used to be such an avid singer pre-transition, but now that I'm me, every time I sing it sounds like a guy, and it's super gross, and I hate that. So I'm going to work out how exactly I want to work that out and get everything together and do more vocal warm-ups and workouts, because I really haven't been working on it as hard as I could. I've got a lot to worry about, and I have no money, and I haven't been doing as much as I want to lately, so I might be just a little bit discouraged as of recent, and that's fine. You know, I've been getting a lot of really good praise on the last album that I put out from a lot of artists who I really do respect, and they love my work and my sound, so that is keeping me somewhat motivated to do stuff. It's just having some voice trouble, so that'll be done when it's done. I will try to, and then I will probably just go back to making instrumental albums, because that is a shit ton easier. That's all for now. Bye! Hey friends, I forgot to mention, I have a Snapchat right now, and I put it up there, and I'll put the code right over there. So you can go ahead and scan that code and follow my mundane little daily activities, and just tell me what you think of that, and hopefully you'll have fun doing that while I let you peer into my most personal life, like some kind of weird reverse pervert. Okay, have a wonderful one. See you later.